How would you define normal, Catherine?
I don't know what normal means.
You're a neuroscientist. I think you can handle this.
Statistically, normal means average.
And a normal person is mediocre?
I didn't say that.
Let's talk about what happened Thursday. This is the message you left in my machine. I freaking nailed it. Every man in the room wanted to sleep with me. Every woman wanted to be me. I have the cure for autism and schizophrenia by Merck. We're in talks.
Classic manic episode. Sudden onset, pressured speech, delusions of grandeur, disordered thought, hallucinations.
And?
A freaking rocket ride. If you want to know the truth, I've never had a better time in my life. Until, drum roll, I nearly killed myself.
You nearly killed yourself. On Wednesday, when you saw me, you were happy, thinking about changing your whole life.
No.
I love you.
And I love you.
What I want is to wake up and find you in bed next to me every day for the rest of my life.
Baby, I can't. You think you know me, but you only see one side of me. I can be such a bitch.
I don't expect or even want perfection. What do you say?
It scared me to death. You know I've never wanted to get married.
You didn't refuse it.
No, I told him I had to think about it.
Then you flew to San Francisco to give that keynote speech to the Neurological Institute of America.
Yeah, it was a very big deal. I've been working on it for weeks. I started to panic when I reread it at the hotel.
It wasn't up to your standards. You needed a shot of inspiration. So you skipped your meds.
That night I barely slept. By the morning, the medication was out of my system and my mind grew wings. When it was time for me to go, I was ready.
I'm honored tonight to introduce the director of the Neuroscience Research and Treatment Center, commonly known as the Cube. Recently named by Newsweek one of the 100 most prominent people in medicine, her articles and books documenting an array of astonishing cases have earned her the nickname the Marco Polo of the brain. Please welcome Dr. Catherine Black.
It's an honor to be here tonight. I don't think I've ever seen so much raw brain power in one room. I'd like to begin by saying that you're all completely ignorant. About the brain, that is. We study an organ so complex it is beyond human comprehension.
How do you make sense of 100 billion neurons with 100 trillion connections between them? The galaxy is simple in comparison.
I tackle the problem by taking the advice of a crazy man. Vincent van Gogh once said that to understand blue, first you have to understand yellow and orange. In other words, to really see anything, you have to understand its opposite. I study extraordinary brains so I can learn about normal ones. And every day I struggle with this very word, normal.
When Van Gogh painted Starry Night, he was a patient in a mental hospital. Temporal lobe epilepsy allowed St. Paul to hear the voice of God.
Hemingway, Sylvia Plath,
Billie Holiday, Charles Dickens, Herman Melville.
These are just a few of the great minds that suffered from a fine madness. Or should they have been medicated into mediocrity? My work is about respecting each and every individual brain, and while I learn from my patients, I make no attempt to distinguish them from any imaginary state of normalcy.
How is it received?
Bravo! Brilliant! It's so beautiful. Incredible.
You were hallucinating.
Yes.